Hello everyone, my name is Cortex, and today we're taking a look at Haitham's account, who recently set the record for the highest KP gained in a single KVK, the most KP gained in 2025, and most likely the highest KP player in the game very soon. We're gonna look at the marches that he used in the last KVK, we're also gonna look at his gear, his armaments, and his commanders, so stay tuned so you don't miss anything. So anyway, first off, let's get through his stats and his autark that he achieved in the most recent 1093 versus 2489 KVK. So let's play the video here. Let me pause right away as it clicks on the autark. You can see 1.77 billion kills. Not kill points, but kills. And 1.175 billion T5 troops healed, as well as 33.2 million dead troops, which are all T5s, so that's around 332 million power loss. This is an absolutely insane feat, which I don't think... I mean, we always say that these records will never get passed. We said it about the 1960 versus 2377 KVK, but obviously that did get passed. So anything is possible, but it's going to be a very hard record to beat. So yeah, anyway, let's just continue on. 1.77 billion kills. And I think Itachi held the record before this. I'm not sure exactly how many kills he has, but yeah. You can also see his overall kill points here at 132 billion KP, and his power at 112 million. We've now gotten troops returned, so this has gone quite a bit higher again, as you could see in the intro of the video. But yeah, anyway, let's continue through his stats. Going to the more info. Obviously his S and all this. But down here to his highest power, which is 415 million power, which I think he was at the start of this KVK. I'm not exactly sure if he peaked before this KVK or not. Maybe not. And 268 million dead troops, which are, I think, all T5 from what I know. So yeah, really insane dead numbers as well as KPs. So, and then the resource assistance of 233 billion. Anyway. So that's his stats, super insane, and you can also see the kill breakdown here with 6 billion nearly T5 kills and 1.2 billion T4 kills, as well as 106 million kills that you can see at the bottom that are not counted for KP. Okay, so now moving on to his city skins. So you can see him scrolling through here, legendary skins. You can see he basically has everything that he needs, 20% cavalry attack, archer attack, the Supreme Strife City skin, 16% all troops attack, obviously all the Kingdom Select skins, OL skin, yeah, a lot of Zeniths. You can pause and look at each one if you really want to, but he has basically everything that he would need when it comes to the Zenith skins. So moving on to his commanders and his equipment, let me pause here. You can see on his Qin Shi Huang, he has a full T5 archer set that are all set pieces with a ring and a pendant of the Eternal Light, which are the perfect accessories for Qin Shi Huang. For those of you that still don't know, you should not use a horn, and the pendant and ring combination is the best that you can do on this commander. Moving on to his Achilles, he has a full tier 5 cav set apart from the accessories. One is tier 4, one is tier 3, all crits, with horn as well as the Hero's Hilt, which are really good accessories for combo marches. So moving on to his Arthur, which is another cavalry march. He has the KVK weapon here, tier 4. Apart from that, he has a 3-piece, no, sorry, he has a 4-piece actually, cavalry set with the Asho to Dawn pants, again with the crit horn and with the crit Hero's Hilt. So this is the second crit horn for Cav and the second crit Hero's Hilt for Cav, with really high iconic levels on both marches. Now, for his infantry set, on his Baichi, he has a 4-piece plus the Hope Cloak and the Eternal Knights, plus a GG and a horn, which is almost as good as you can get on the Baichi and the Lucha March, presumably, that he's using. And then for his Sun Tzu, he again has, well, this time he has Ring Horn with actually 2 leadership pieces, and then 2-piece sets, Sacred Grips, Gloves, and KVK weapon, crit for infantry. Moving on to his second Archer March, on his Zhuge Liang, he has a, again, basically full tier 5 crit archer set with a crit horn that's tier 3 and a ring that's level 1 on crits. And moving on to his third cavalry march, and we'll go through his marches in just a little bit here, he has, again, a full crit set, cavalry helmet level 2, KVK helmet, with this time horn and drums, and apart from that, everything's tier 5, apart from that and the cavalry helmet. So yeah, you can see, so this is already 7 marches that we've gone through, right? Basically, almost everything crit, almost everything full tier 5. So it's no wonder that his marches hit like a truck on open field. Now, moving on to his 8th equipment set, yes, 8th. He has a full tier 5 crit leadership set, with the exception of the chestplate and the gloves being cavalry pieces. But other than that, 4-piece leadership, cavalry set chestplate, as well as Navarre's control gloves, with a crit drums for leadership, as well as a horn on his Trajan, which I presumably is using for Canyon. And then he has another infantry set, set on his Matthias, that I guess is sitting on the city garrison, which doesn't seem like he's using on the open field right now. Maybe in the future. I did hear that he's considering moving to 3 infantry marches for the next KVK, so maybe this will get put into more use then. So this is now 9 sets of equipment. And then we got the full crit gathering set, which of course the #1 farmer in the game, Mido, really needs. And then we have a speed build over here, and then more speed over here, and then more speed, and then some accessories, more gathering stuff for Mido, and then a lonely ring on his Attila. Now, moving on to his armaments, he has a full 4-piece of special inscriptions on his Chinchihuang. Balance is not great on there, maybe could change it for an assertive double inscription maybe if he has that, or something else. But either way, obviously, this is amazing and it's going to do great. Then on the Achilles, he has full special inscriptions with a double inscription with Fearsome. And look at that all damage, guys, and look at those stats. 12.7 cav attack, 12.6 cav defense, and 7.6 all damage, no health. Almost maxed out all damage. This is really, really an insane Delta set. Now, moving on to his second Delta March, he has, again, another 4 special inscriptions for his second Cavalry Delta March. And then his pincer, again, full special inscriptions. You're getting the theme here. Basically, everything is full special inscriptions. It's quite insane when you look at it like this. Again, second pincer, full special inscriptions with really, really good stats again. And then his second Archer March. Okay, 1 set that's not full special inscriptions. He's missing a Intrepid here, but he has, instead of it, a double inscription, which is still, obviously, the set is really, really, really good. Yeah, I mean, his armaments are quite good, you could say. His armaments are quite good. And then on his third Delta Cavalry March, he has 3 special inscriptions and a rare inscription. So he almost has 3 sets of full special inscription Delta sets for cavalry. And look at the all damage again, guys, 7.4%. He has causative here instead of butterfly. But yeah, he has a lot of special inscriptions on Delta 11, right? Which, yeah, I mean, it's quite insane. With a double inscription, by the way. And then over on his Trajan, which I guess is for Canyon, he's got Civilized and Gems of War. Yeah, I mean, perfect for Canyon, or if he would want to run any buffing march. And then on his Matthias, he even has Choke Point on his Tercio over here. And then over here on his Hera, he even has... Oh, did I pause? There we go. He even has a full Arch set on his Hera, which I guess is for Anti-Swarm, with a lot of double inscriptions as well as an Invincible. So I guess if you need an Anti-Swarm rally or similar, you could run this. Or an Anti-Swarm Garrison rather than running the Delta set. So yeah, his armaments are pretty good, you could say. His armaments are... Well, yeah, you don't get much better. I think if you count them, it's about 29 special inscriptions. Now let's just have a little scroll through his legendary commanders. Yeah, I mean, you can see he basically has everything that he would need and more. When it comes to the commanders, I guess he swapped XY in the commander reset. Not swapped, reset rather. Because you can see XY is still level 60 but not expertise. And I'd be very surprised as a cavalry player if he didn't have XY expertise in the past. He's basically only missing a handful of commanders, 2 of them... Sorry, 1 of them being Gold Key Commander. No, actually 2 of them being Gold Key Commanders. And a lot of siege guys that he doesn't have. Wu, Charlemagne, and Lubu is not unlocked, Ivar is not unlocked, and that's basically it. Everything else is expertise. Now we're gonna have a look at his marches that he used for open field in this KVK, which he did set the record of all time for most KP gained in a single KVK. So let's look through them. We have Qin Shi Huang with YSG, as well as Zhuge Liang with Herman. Two standard classic archer marches. You can't really do much better at the moment until the next archer cycle. If you're onto archer marches, this is where you want to be and what you want to do. And then for his two infantry pincer marches, he's running the Bai Chi with Lucha, as well as the Sun Tzu Prime with William Wallace, which also obviously really, really good, and you can't make much improvement there. There's an argument, now Ivar just got released, about Ivar maybe being better paired with Sun Tzu than Wallace. I saw some Billick math on that, but we'll see. That's yet to be seen, so don't go blindly investing in Ivar just yet, but it's definitely interesting. And then now for his 3 cavalry delta marches. Yes, you heard that, 3 cavalry delta marches. He's running the Achilles with Gamchan, which is inseparable, Arthur with Philip, and then David with Hector. Now, from what I heard, this march did not perform all that amazing for him, and he does plan to switch it out in the future. So, you know, it worked for him, and he obviously set the KP record with it, so there's nothing really to criticize. But just note that he himself was not super happy with this march, so don't blindly go investing in these commanders thinking they will be god tier in the open field. And you also saw the equipment and armaments he has on this thing, right? So, yeah. I would not blindly go investing in these commanders for the purpose of open field. But obviously he's a cavalry garrison player, so he will have these commanders for garrison either way, so you might as well get some use out of them in the field. And now, in his Hall of Heroes, 33.2 million dead troops, as we saw, 21.589 million troops being returned, so about 215 million power being returned. And then the big number down below, which you might think the deads are the big number, but in this case, resources spent healing units, 408 billion. Let me open the breakdown here. So yeah, about, I mean, if you average it out, 100 billion of each resource spent in one KVK. He's getting almost 41 billion resources back, which is more than most players spend in a single KVK, is what he's getting returned. So yeah, you could see the scale of this operation of getting this many KP. It's definitely not cheap. It's definitely not cheap by any means. Now let's look through some of the stats here. Individual, you can see Mr. Hope, then Haitham, then Wild Lion, and BT Cyborg, Goldfish Kim, Akanara, DA Super Cow Toxic. This is for healing, troops healed. Then alliance-wise, we're number 1 in 489, 93X, GB77, 93T. Yeah, the list goes on. You can see Kingdom, 93 is number 1. We're number 2. And then 2377, some Water Camp Kingdoms, another Earth Camp Kingdom actually high up there. Then in the individual kills, Haitham is rank 1 by quite a big margin, 1.765 billion kills. Then in second place, Goldfish Kim, also with no small number, one of the highest KPs of all time in any KVK as well, with 1.3 billion kills, followed closely by BT Cyborg with also 1.3 billion, then Mr. Hope, Genie, Super Cow, Akanara, DA, Wild Lion, Legion, Ahmad Aziz. And then alliance-wise, we're number 1. I think the kingdom numbers are a bit more interesting than the alliance. So yeah, kingdom-wise, we're number 1 with followed closely by 93. And then 2377, 3251, another Earth Camp Kingdom, 2890, more Water Camp Kingdoms, and then the last Earth Camp Kingdom. And in terms of deads, he also ranked rank 9. And by the way, fun fact, his farm account, yes, his farm account, ranked, I believe, in the top 40 for deads in this entire KVK. I'll put a picture on screen somewhere for that, a screenshot. But yeah, somewhere in the top 40 ranked for deads in the entire KVK is farm account. So not only is he doing what he's doing on his main account, but his farm account is also contributing big dead troops in a KVK like this nonetheless. So yeah, anyway, in deads, obviously, Mr. Hope, Wild Lion over 1 billion power loss each, BT Cyborg, Peter, Ghost Rider. So you can see our enemies this KVK had quite a lot of whales. The top 5 in deads are all on the enemy side. Mr. Hope, Wild Lion, BT Cyborg, Peter, Ghost Rider. Yeah, they were quite stacked. It was a very tough KVK, but nonetheless a lot of fun. Then we have Lung, Mad Phantom, Mintam, Haitham, Genie, Akanara, Orvix, Rainy, and the list goes on. For deads, we're number 1, but I'm more interested in the kingdom number because obviously it's spread out. Kingdom-wise, we're also number 1 in dead troops with nearly 2 billion dead troops, followed by 93, then 2377, and then a bunch of water camp kingdoms, which they did amazing in our KVK, then the rest of Earth camp and also more water camp kingdoms. And that's the stats for the KVK. And then you can see here his special inscriptions. I think if we count them, there's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each row. So 6, 12, 18, 24, and then, yeah, so 29 special inscriptions on this account. It's quite a lot of special inscriptions, and soon we'll have special inscriptions in every single slot on every single march. So no wonder he hits as hard as he does in the open field with the equipment and the armaments that you see. And now we're back in game, and as you can see, he's back up to 327 million power now after troop return. And yeah, I want to give a huge thanks to Haitham for allowing me to make this video and sending me the footage so that we can go through all his equipment and his armaments as well as the marches that he used to share with all of you guys. And also I just want to say he's a really kind human being. I've met him in real life as well. Super humble, super nice, and yeah, really one of the purest people I've ever met in this game. So I want to give a huge thanks to him for everything that he does for everyone that's around him, including myself, and for the game and the contribution that he gives to every kingdom that he's in. Either way, if you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you could throw a like on it. It's completely free to you and it helps out the channel a ton. This video has been heavily requested and everyone was asking, can we see Haitham's account? Well, here it is. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything. It's completely free to you. Drop a like on the video and I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you so much for watching and take care.